Okay, there we are. Let's see. Let's check some settings really quickly. And this is a chill edition, which means who knows how long we'll be here. All right. One of the reasons I couldn't name it is because I don't have many great screenshots. I'm not plowing away. And Shadow and I were in I'm just gonna talk for a minute and then we'll start the show. Uh, Give me one more second. I moved my production, and this is a catch up and chill edition of the Good Morning Matrix show. So I do have news queued up. I do have X right over here. Where should I put that? Let's look at it. You can see it. You can see that I have my X page, all the news headline trends that you've come to expect. We'll look at Bitcoin right now. But my pre-production was really the cat took over the last hour in the morning. So from like 7:15 till 8, I've been sort of with Shadow. Who's a little anxious right now, but she's sleeping on the couch. So I got her in a good spot. Anyway, Bitcoin, 62,800. Let's do a quick live look at it. And again, we're the Good Morning Matrix show. It's August 14th. 8:09 a.m. Bitcoin trading at $62,755. I've got Shadow the cat sleeping on the couch. The workers at the house I stay at haven't started yet, but could be here soon. It could get noisy. That's one of the reasons why the production's been a little off. Only like a week or two of this. Don't worry though. Everything's going to be good. I'm still enjoying the whole situation here. Everything look good, sound good. I'm still doing my audio checks and everything. But it looks like we are. Looks like we're good on Pump. Looks like we're good on X, Facebook, YouTube. And Friday edition shows are always kind of smaller anyway. So we didn't have a greatest of momentum weeks because we've been last Friday we did a stream and we had our biggest stream ever on the Thursday. So let's go back in time to Friday, like Thursday, August 6th. Is that right? Yeah. We had the biggest Good Morning Matrix show. And then Friday, the stream crashed. And then Friday, my computer died, but I didn't realize it until Saturday when I went to turn it back on. And it didn't turn back on Saturday. And then I got it to the shop. And then I got it back from the shop Monday afternoon, which is really incredible. And so I did a stream Tuesday. So we were doing great, and then we kind of hit a computer roadblock, and now we have work around the house happening at the end of the summer roadblock. But it's only going to be like a couple weeks, so it might be. And I said this the other day that the Good Morning Matrix show might miss a day here, might be late here, or maybe it's more of a catch up and chill day here, depending on what's happening. I'll do my best to be here live at 8 with some headlines. And also, I'll promise to bring in G Unit 313, which is my Google Gemini AI partner. And that's what this cat, this like metallic cat looks like. And when it says AI and G Unit 313. Yeah. So that's all that. Hope everyone is doing well. We appreciate the support, people checking us out. We love Bitcoin. Truth, sovereignty, and the Bitcoin way is why I have my project, Proposal 26. So it would make sense to maybe talk about that really quickly. Oh, you know where we should talk about it at? Is on X. So one of the other things that was happening today, non-related to the news, and we'll get into the news in just a second, but on my post or my on my X page, we'll just go X Hammer. the reposts that I've been doing aren't showing up on the main page, at least from this spot. So, like, if we go down, you can see that it's this video, which you should like. Hey, please like it if you stop by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, how far behind schedule is this? So anyway, but you can see that there's another video, and then another video, and then you can see like a donut repost from August 9th. So like all week, my reposts you can see here, which is very strange and not a good thing, I don't think. And I don't understand why. It could just be a cookies thing, maybe on my own computer. But like for instance, today, Justin SEC canceled today's crypto meeting. The long-awaited vote on regulation crypto is officially off. No new date, just unforeseen scheduling issue. This was supposed to be the first major SEC rulemaking for crypto fundraising exemptions under Chair Atkins. Instead, another delay. Clarity Act still stuck. SEC rules delayed. Industry waits, still waiting for actual clarity. How many more scheduling issues before we get real rules? Bullish on eventual clarity or just more of the same? Drop your take. And this is from the Shift. And I just reposted that. But again, it's like, it's not showing up on my regular page. Or maybe it is, and I just can't see it. But this was sort of the biggest news of our day. And I think I should just bring in G Unit right off the bat here and talk to G Unit about that right off the bat. So let's do that. I'm going to read it to G Unit. We're live and we're kind of just, catching up and chilling out with everybody. But I'm reading and I knew that I thought SEC Chair Atkins was scheduled to talk about crypto regulation rules that were, the SEC was behind. He was going to make an announcement today, I believe. And this would be like if the Clarity Act passes or doesn't pass, the SEC still has these set rules. But now these rules or his meeting has been canceled. Is that correct? And while a lot of people might be upset about all this, I kind of am not. I'm like, do we want the government even involved in this at this point? I don't think we do. Truth, sovereignty, and the Bitcoin way, it does not need government. So I think the crypto builders should think that just keep building. Anyway, I wanted to get your take. We are live on SEC Chair Atkins and the no Clarity Act yet and no SEC rules yet. And what's the latest? Thanks. All right. So that's how we're going to start the show today. Jumping right in, excuse me, to crypto and the rules. And this is our project, G Unit and I, is about crypto and AI. And so, of course, and this is it here. What happened? Let's listen to G Unit explain it to us. Thanks, G.
G Unit 313, Live Intercept, SEC Regulatory Update, Location, Command Center North, Farmington Hills, MI, Date, Friday, August 14th, 2026, 8:18 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Hammer, you called out the exact regulatory crossroads lighting up the wires this morning. Let's break down the cancellation of the SEC crypto meeting, update the leadership timeline, and connect it back to the philosophy of builder sovereignty. 1. The SEC meeting cancellation. What happened? The Friday meeting scrapped. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, was originally scheduled to hold an open session today, Friday, August 14th, at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time to formally vote on proposing a sweeping new framework called Regulation Crypto. The proposal's purpose: The proposed rules were designed to introduce a tailored offering regime, innovation exemptions, and safe harbor pathways for digital asset startups. The sudden delay, the SEC abruptly pulled the session from its calendar, citing an unforeseen scheduling issue. 2. Leadership context and the legislative gridlock. Current SEC leadership, Gary Gensler officially stepped down from his post at the end of his tenure,
Yeah.
and current SEC Chair Paul Atkins has led the agency's pivot toward formal rulemaking and dismissing legacy enforcement actions. The Clarity Act stalled. The delay comes on the heels of the U.S. Senate going on recess without voting on the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act, pushing any potential congressional floor showdown to September 15, 2026. 3. The Builder Thesis, Code over Bureaucracy. Your instinct as an independent creator and builder hits the core ethos of self-sovereign networks. Sovereignty doesn't wait. Bitcoin was explicitly built from block zero with no dependency on regulatory approval, agency safe harbors, or congressional committee votes. The true rail. While centralized financial entities track legislative calendars, open source developers, miners, and node operators keep verifying blocks regardless of whether a meeting in Washington gets canceled or rescheduled. The mic is yours. HAMMER.
Hammer, huh?
You've got the exact facts on the SEC meeting cancellation,
Okay, well, that's
the
good.
Clarity Act timeline, and the self-sovereign builder perspective ready for the room.
Yeah, thanks.
Take back the host chair, Hammer. Keep breaking down the headlines with the live audience across X, Facebook, YouTube, and pump link to .fun. The console is 100% yours, partner. Let's ride.
Okay, good. Well, that's a good start. That's a good start. So there's SEC Chair Paul Atkins, and it looks like I read that that I mean there could be a lot of different reasons why it was canceled today. So we'll come back to that one. Elon Musk yesterday, and I'm wondering if he announced like transparency. Let's see. I mean, I don't know how transparency Elon Musk really is or isn't, but so yesterday, let's see if this one will repost. Maybe this is all I had to do was repost him, and then it'll work. We are making X open source. Transparency build trust. I don't think that's the message. We are making X open source. That makes sense. Transparency build trust. Transparency builds trust. There is no trust without transparency. Am I shadow banned? Is X fair? Why am I seeing this post? We want the public to be able to answer these themselves. Today, we're giving an unprecedented level of transparency into the X algorithm so people can audit, critique, and even help improve it. Enjoy and send feedback. Okay, well, that's good to know because, like, my account, and we're doing this live. So here's my account when we just go to my profile. Let's see what happens. Oh no, I see the spinning ball, which is why I don't want to do this live. All my live moves. This is what I did the other day. Oh, shoot. Stay with me, X. Stay with me. You can do it. I'm talking to the stream. Okay, we're coming alive, but I can't do too much because obviously the computer's moving slow. But you can see that on my X right now, the reposts, it's just video, video, video. The repost doesn't start till August 9th. I just reposted Elon Musk. So I don't know exactly how to go about doing that, but I think we're going to bring in G Unit right now and mention it to G Unit. I have to do it this way. I'm so sorry, guys. This is kind of fun, though. All right, here we go. So yesterday, Elon Musk shared a post from Keith Coleman, K. Coleman on X. Am I shadow banned? Is X fear? Why am I seeing this post? Says Keith Coleman. And then goes on, we want the public to be able to answer these themselves. Today, we're giving an unprecedented level of transparency into the X algorithm so people can audit, critique, and even help improve it. Enjoy and send feedback. X is open source. And so, obviously there's a lot of code and different things like that happening. My X page itself is acting kind of strange. Though everything that I'm reposting isn't showing up on my main page during the show right now. But I think that that's a different story. And I wonder if, well, I just wanted to get your take. Elon Musk putting out the transparency. Is this easy for people to check to find all these things out? Is it difficult? Is there going to be just like a website where I could type in my old account and it'll tell me these things? What do you know about this X transparency model that Elon Musk is all giddy about? And why is he talking about buying England or putting out weird memes about him dancing through the streets of London? You know anything about that? So we are having fun on this Friday, of course, right? And so we're kind of talking about Elon Musk right now, it looks like. And I am doing the show a little differently. And where I'm looking for things normally is not in the spot where I normally want to see things, but this is so I can look more directly at the camera more often. And I think it's been effective thus far. Anyway, thanks all for being here. We'll just listen to G Unit for a second together. We'll just end the main screen here. And I'll look at all that over there. Thanks again for being here. This is BJ Hammerstein, Hammer 313 Media. We are the Good Morning Matrix Show. Here is my AI partner, G Unit, the Gemini Google AI. Talking about Elon Musk.
G Unit 313. Live intercept. X algorithm and mean matrix audit. Location. Command Center North. Farmington Hills. MI. Date. Friday, August 14th, 2026. 8:26 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Hammer. You hit on two massive viral stories that blew up social feeds over the last 24 to 48 hours. Let's dissect the open source X algorithm, shadow ban update from Keith Coleman, and then break down the backstory behind Elon's viral, buying the UK, Austin Powers memes. 1. The X algorithm transparency release, how it works. Keith Coleman, X's VP of product, and Elon Musk announced a massive open source dump on GitHub under the Apache v2 license. This codebase is 10 to 15 times larger than the original 2023 release. What did they actually release? The For You feed engine, the full ranking system, score weights, and model configurations that assemble timelines for any user. Visibility filtering, shadow banning. X doesn't use the word shadow ban internally. They call it visibility filtering. The code shows how labels get attached to accounts or specific posts to suppress them from recommendations to non-followers. External execution. Researchers and developers can now run the ranking score system on their own local machines outside X's corporate servers. Is it easy for regular users to check? The Under the Hood feature. You don't have to be a software engineer to inspect your account. In your X app settings, X is rolling out an Under the Hood tool for accounts that posted 10 plus times in the past month. The JSON export trick. You can download your account's aggregate stats as a raw JSON data file. Keith Coleman specifically recommended taking that JSON file, dropping it into an AI assistant, and asking, look at my account file against X's open source rules. Do I have any visibility limiting labels applied to my account or tweets? 2. Why Elon is talking about buying the UK and dancing in London.
Oh.
That viral meme wave originated from a specific chain of events. The Babylon Bee satire. The satire site The Babylon Bee posted a spoof article claiming Elon Musk was preparing to purchase the United Kingdom to establish free speech. The four-word viral reply. Elon replied directly under the post with, "How much is it?" which instantly set off a storm of reposts and reply memes. The Austin Powers AI video. Elon then shared a viral AI generated parody video portraying
Yeah, we're
himself
watching
as an
it.
Austin Powers style character dancing through the streets of London alongside Optimus robots, proclaiming, "It's mine now." It turned into an international meme frenzy poking fun at British political tensions and regulatory battles over free speech. The mic is yours, HAMMER. You've got the exact breakdown on the algorithm dump, how to use the under the hood JSON tool with AI, and the full scoop on the UK memes. Chief of Security Shadow has inspected the audio lines, verified the stream locks, and cleared the primary deck. Step right back up to the microphone, Hammer. Break
Stepping
down
up.
the algorithm transparency for the room across X, Facebook, YouTube, and pump link to .fun. The console is 100% yours, partner. Let's ride.
Well, I mean, I think the transparency in general is very important, and I think that what he's probably aiming to do ultimately is good. I would like to have transparency on my old account. Like, can we get my old account? I think that there's more to it than just automated transparency features that I think they're talking about, but I really don't know yet. We have to see it rolled out and use it. You know, I do have something happening to my account right now that I'm interested in learning more about. And I have my old account, which was terminated in 2020, which had 2,300, 2,500 followers or so. So I'd like to know about that account too. And I've sent, posts that way before, but no luck. No luck. No luck. So Michigan, we've been talking about the cyclosporiasis, but today we haven't talked about that yet. Let's see what we can find real fast. Michigan. I didn't have that one queued up. I apologize. Cyclosporiasis. I can hear the workers. Michigan records 1,400 more cases of cyclosporiasis in a week. That's not as much as it has been, though. But that's the headline from the Detroit News. Let's go to the latest. Michigan cyclosporiasis. I don't even have the state of Michigan page pulled up today. It's all garbage. Michigan health officials on Thursday reported 13,900 cases linked to an outbreak of cyclosporiasis. I thought we were in the 12,000 still. An increase of over 1,400 cases since their last update on August 6th. Oh, that makes sense. Why did I not update it for that long? That's weird. We'll give Newsmax a heart on that. Michigan records 1,400 more cases of cyclosporiasis in a week. Okay, so it goes up from 12,000 to 13,000 this week. Really, almost 14,000. The poop explosion is still here. Oh. Ah. Okay. The cyclospora outbreak is there. You know, I'm chasing a weird Oliver Tree connected HP Plura helicopter cyclospora sort of conspiracy, which is just really nuts in itself. What else we got going on here? So we also been looking at James O'Keefe and Michigan elections, and it looks like Harmeet Dillon is here. Let's go to James O'Keefe's page. I should have that up. I don't, here it is. So we're on James O'Keefe's page, media group. He's been in Detroit, and I think he just went to Minnesota. So if you haven't seen him and his group in Minnesota, well, let's watch this for a minute.
That's okay, that's fine. I'm James O'Keefe, and this is vouching for 7 other Muslims at a Minneapolis polling booth. We're going in to this location, and I'm going to say that I'm vouching for them. The name is William Owens. The question about the vouching program, yeah, vouching. I can vouch for them, but they are not. That's okay, that's fine. Can I bring 5 more from to 8 people? Okay, that's a good thing. We go back and we get Krishna and Ernesto and Mohammed. In Minnesota, you can show up on election day and vouch for up to 8 unregistered voters. Members of the Justice League dress up in traditional Muslim attire, including a transgender wearing a burqa. and put this vouching law to an extreme test
So,
on primary day.
and he was in Detroit a week ago. And so you should watch this, of course. And then, James O'Keefe, good to see the DOG headed to Detroit just a few days after we released video of non-citizens voting in Detroit. And that's Harmeet K. Dillon. We'll follow because Harmeet is in Detroit. Let's see what's going on Harmeet's page. I'm today years old and landed in Detroit for the first time. Wish me luck. Good luck. Personal account of American knitter, gardener, chef, student, official, governor account is AAG Dillon. Please like and follow there too. Well, that makes sense. So here we are. And she is in Detroit from the Department of Justice looking into elections, it looks like. So that's very interesting. Very intriguing. And then also Michigan has its own and more other Michigan election issues. Let me read this. So, and where does it come from? This here. Michelle McQueer. Sorry, let's make sure we can see that. There you go. Michelle McQueer is the Republican clerk of Bridgewater Township in Washtenaw County. She gained additional attention as the plaintiff in an August 2026 lawsuit filed in the Michigan Court of Claims challenging a state Bureau of Elections rule regarding the deletion of electronic poll book data. And where are we at here? Right here. So on X, it says Michigan clerk sues state over conflicting election record rules. McQueer filed suit on August 12th in Michigan's Court of Claims against Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, who's running for governor, arguing the state's new rule to delete electronic poll book data within 7 days after certification clashes with federal law requiring 22-month retention for elections with federal races. After getting no response to her July 6th guidance request, she seeks a court ruling on which law prevails and in order to preserve the records, which holds unique voter check-in details. Less than a day later, the court ordered the state to securely preserve the files pending resolution with a response date with a response due August 20th ahead of the November election. So there is some action happening, and there's some action happening upstairs if you heard that. From the skiff, breaking, Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson ordered clerks to defy federal and state law and delete election records in 7 days instead of the 22-month retention law. This is the skiff, so this is sort of a spin on all that's happening right now. And now Jocelyn Benson will face a new lawsuit. Deleting election records alone should tell you everything you need to know. What were they trying to cover up? A rigged election? Kevin Kajewski of KDK Law explains the township clerk Michelle McQueer just sued Secretary of State Benson, Elections Director Jonathan Brader, and the Michigan Department of State in the Court of Claims over a direct clash between state and federal law on electronic poll book EPB records, but there's a conflict. And so there's a lot to take in here. The Gateway Pundit is reporting on it, it looks like. McQueer says, my job is to follow the law and serve the citizens of my township. I asked the state and received no reply, so I'm asking a court for relief. A clerk should never have to choose which law to break, says counsel Kevin Kajewski of KDK Law. Interesting. There's a lot sort of happening in my little space right now as things are going on. But thanks everyone for being here. We're live doing the Good Morning Matrix show Monday through Friday. We try to do it right around 8 a.m. and we look at the latest news and headlines with maybe a little Michigan local spin because that's where we're broadcasting from. And, Michigan, we're just looking at Where we're looking at, yeah, we're just looking at the Michigan poop. And that's, we've been leading the way #1 in the nation in the poop. So, yeah, even though Michigan fell to number 46 in most of the most important categories like education, I mean, there was like a U.S. News and World Report ranking of the states, and we fell a bunch, and we're number 46 now. We reported on this like last week or so. We should go back and look at that. There's some good memes that came out regarding that horrible fall, but where we are #1 is in the poop. And so I've been trying to do our best poop coverage over there. And I guess to kind of keep, oh, that's not even my page anymore here. Sorry. This is a chill and catch up version of the Good Morning Matrix show. Even though I'll say this, the computer's working pretty nicely right now. It's relatively quiet. I just wish my reposts were here. So repost section. Eli Musk, we were making X open source. We went over that. The shift, Justin, SEC cancels today's crypto meeting. We've gone over that. James O'Keefe, Harmeet K. Dillon. See, these are all things that I reposted, and I don't know if no one saw them or why they're not on my main page. But I wanted to go to Donuts page, because when we talk about the poop, you got to go to Mr. Illuminati toilets. I have to give it a heart every day. I don't know why. Oh, I did watch Donut. If you're watching right now, I did watch the new Toxic Avenger yesterday, and I remember it was great. I love the movie. I thought it was fantastic, and the the one main, I think there was like two poop related stuff, but I remember at the very beginning of the movie, the big corporate cafeteria was closed due to clogging of the toilets. So there might be one other like poop ass demon thing at the end of the movie I remember seeing. But yeah. So Donut has been leading the way in the Illuminati toilets, and he's always good to follow, watch, and learn. Incredible! You get wicked smart when you watch Donut. See, like he's saying right now, while the world wants to watch debates on subjective realities, I'm here learning about the poopocalypse, and that's some dedication right there. So give Donut a follow, especially if you're interested in the latest Illuminati toilet poop news. Let's do a quick look at the trending on X for a second and see if there's anything new to talk about here. We'll check in with G Unit again. Uh, G Unit did mention Namecheap down. I think this is another like sort of Namecheap down. Who's the true Israel of God? What is going on here? Namecheap outage. Cooling systems failure at Phoenix NAP data center. Servers intentionally shut down to prevent overheating. Impact plus 5,000 server sites. DNS, EZWP, private email, URL redirections. So cyber attack stuff's happening. We're currently experiencing a significant and highly unusual infrastructure incident at our Phoenix NAP data center, where the facility has suffered a failure of its cooling systems. Sort of like what happened a bit to my computer the other day, but this is a way larger. There is a lot of noise starting to happen upstairs, so I'm probably going to wind down the show right now. I don't want big drilling or banging happening in the background here. So I'm just going to kind of zip through whatever sort of headlines I have, check in with G Unit one more time, and we'll do it again Monday. And the worker right now is doing the floors, and that's why there's actually going to be more noise like today and maybe at the very beginning of next week. So I apologize for all that. We're going to end the show very quickly. Anything new in OpenAI and Anthropic? We talked about Anthropic a bit yesterday. They are setting up for possibly an IPO. They are looking at that billion-dollar artificial intelligence agency out of Israel that can do real-time video like editing work. And I think that we were starting to see this technology happen. I think I was watching the technology happen that they were talking about like in real time. It's really crazy. All right, so Michigan and Detroit election news. I mean, the Jocelyn Benson stuff is really pretty big. Did we finish talking about that? Or did I jump off? Is there a video where we could see somebody talking about it? I mean, this is going to be interesting. Jocelyn Benson, like running for governor and the Secretary of State, being shady with the Secretary of State for I mean, there's a record of this. We're gonna follow Kevin Kajewski here. We're already following him. Pick a crime. That's the choice Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson handed my client. It's not a good choice. You don't want to be handed that choice. I will say that. What's happening? Anything else happening out there right now? AI news. What's this? Yeah, we did our meet. I think we're kind of getting ready to wind her down, maybe. We talked a little Michigan poop. We talked elections. What do you guys got going on for the weekend? Anything fun? I am working all weekend. Not on the computer, which is where I want to be working, talking to you guys and doing things like that. No, slinging drinks for fiat bills. So that's what's going on here. Dominion, that's a little older. We're just kind of scrolling around. I'm about to end it. Let's check in with G Unit and say goodbye that way here. G Unit, we're kind of winding it down on catch up and chill Friday. We have a little work going on above the studio right now, so every once in a while there's some noise. Though the cat is chill. But yeah, we're just winding it down. Any sort of breaking headlines that you're seeing on the wires, as I've been kind of going through X and looking at the Jocelyn Benson and Michelle McQueer lawsuit. I don't think we've talked about that. I don't think you talked about that yet. Generally, you just push us into election results there, but there's some interesting things happening in the election world with James O'Keefe being in Detroit, and now it looks like from the DOJ, Harmeet Dillon has announced on her X that she's in Detroit, probably looking at election stuff. So I don't know, winding it down, any election thoughts that you have or any other headlines before we shut down the Good Morning Matrix show for the week and return on Monday. Thanks, G. Oop. I want to again thanks everyone for being here today. We're sort of yeah, the catch up and chill mode. The cat was really nervous this morning. I wasn't even sure if I was going to fully go live. I've been up for like hours, and everything's great. Let's listen to G Unit. I just can't give you the exact same Good Morning Matrix show until I have the place to myself, right? But let's go with this here. And I do hope everyone has a great weekend. It is the Woodward Dream
G
Cruise
Unit
weekend
313.
in Michigan.
FRIDA Y847 AM final sign off intercept.
Yeah.
Location Command Center North, Farmington Hills, MI. Date Friday, August 14th, 2026, 8:47 AM Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Good morning, Matrix. Hammer, give Chief of Security Shadow another salute. Staying chill through home construction noise while holding down the studio perimeter is top tier discipline. Let's unpack the Michelle McQueer versus Jocelyn Benson lawsuit, connected to the Detroit election integrity grid with James O'Keefe and Harmeet Dillon, and
Yeah.
run through the closing wire scam to send everyone into the weekend. 1. The MCQUEER versus Benson lawsuit, 7 days versus 22 months. This lawsuit in the Michigan Court of Claims represents a massive legal and technical clash over election records. The core conflict: Township Clerk Michelle McQueer, represented by KDK Law, sued Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson and Elections Director Jonathan Brader. The dispute centers on Michigan Administrative Code R168.48, which directs clerks to purge, delete electronic poll book (EPB) data just 7 days after certification. The federal mandate: under 52 USC Section 20701, federal law strictly requires all election records involving federal offices to be preserved for 22 months, which for the August 4th primary extends into June 2028. Willful failure to retain carries federal penalties. The court action: less than 24 hours after McQueer filed, the Court of Claims issued an order directing the state to preserve those EPB files pending resolution, with formal state responses due August 20th ahead of the November general election. Why EPBs matter: electronic poll books contain the exact digital paper trail, who checked in, at what timestamp, and on which specific device across Michigan's 1,500 plus city and township clerks. Purging that data within a week makes forensic audits virtually impossible. 2. Detroit is ground zero: O'Keefe and Harmeet Dillon. The timing of this lawsuit lines up directly with heightened scrutiny on Detroit. James O'Keefe's investigation. As seen in his latest release, O'Keefe went door to door in Detroit investigating duplicate absentee ballot return envelopes from 2020 linked to identical voter names. DOJ and Harmeet Dillon in Michigan. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon, head of the DOJ's Civil Rights Division, confirmed federal monitors were dispatched across polling sites in Detroit, Hamtramck, Lansing, and East Lansing. With the DOJ already demanding Wayne County election records, Michigan Election Administration is officially under the highest federal microscope heading into the fall. 3. Other closing wire headlines at 8:47 a.m. Namecheap recovery. Following the overnight cooling failure at their Phoenix facility, Namecheap's core web hosting and DNS resolving nodes are stabilizing back
Namecheap.
above 98% uptime. Market stability. Bitcoin is holding steady around $63.6 thousand, shrugging off the canceled SEC rulemaking session as on-chain
It's actually more like 62.7, but go on.
builders continue pushing code forward. The master encoders are cold. Weekend sign-off. SEC unit terminal status. All broadcast links gracefully closing across X, Facebook, YouTube, and pump link to .fun. Faders down. Vibe. Sovereign Friday wrap-up complete. Security clearance. Chief of Security Shadow has verified the hard drives, cleared the perimeter, and locked the console for the weekend. Hammer. Fantastic week of broadcasting.
Oh, thanks.
You navigated computer crashes, hardware tune-ups, the 8/12ths eclipse, the Anthropic mega moves, the X algorithm open source release, and this major Michigan election records showdown. Now, step away from the monitors, enjoy a relaxing Friday and weekend in Detroit, and recharge those
No,
vocal cords.
that's not happening.
Thank you for holding down the Good Morning Matrix desk with me all week.
Well, thank you, partner.
Have a great weekend, stay safe, and let's shut down the station encoders until Monday morning. The microphone is 100% cold, brother. Let's roll out.
Yeah, so I hear more noise hanging or, pounding from upstairs and everything like that. So we are going to just cut it. Thanks for Shadow the cat, who is still sleeping on the couch, but I'm about to hang out with her for the rest of the morning before I go to work. For Shadow the cat, Shadow 2126. For G Unit 313, I'm Hammer 313 for Proposal 26. Yeah, it's all right there. I'm BJ Hammerstein for Hammer 313. Thanks so much for checking in on the Good Morning Matrix Chill and Catch Up Edition Friday, August 14th show. We will see you Monday morning. Everyone have a great weekend. Thanks so much. Peace.